Hi guys. It's all right. I'm a bit excited. Um, yeah, Joe Biden's just taken over the lead in Pennsylvania. So Georgia, he took over the lead. And what's really important here is they're not just finding ballots. No one's voting. This is the ballots that Donald Trump refused to let them take out of envelopes, get them prepared for counting. So this is the reason why they're still counting. And because for several months, Donald Trump said mail-in ballots are unsafe. Don't do it. They're terrible, because he thought he could get them stopped. Only the Democrats, well, not only the Democrats, but about 70 to 80% of the Democrats voted by mail-in ballots because they trust the system. They trust the people at the polling stations, the people at the counting stations. They trust the authorities to do the right thing because it's secure and it's safe. And looking at it, it's a lot more secure and safe than our system of voting. You know, they literally, you can check on your ballots to see whether it's been counted. You can, so the fact that it's just funny. It's just, it's like, it must be slow motion torture to the poor guy. It would have been easier just to have a quick, swift, you've lost the election. Let's move on. But he, at some point, the right thing to do is phone Joe Biden and say, congratulations. He's not going to do that, is he? I don't think he will do that. I think Joe Biden will have to declare himself the winner before Donald Trump phones him. You can imagine it now. Hi, Joe. Yeah, you think you won, but you didn't. But I'm doing the phone call anyway because I've been told I got to. You know, you didn't even win. You know those ballots were invalid, and you got your friends to vote for you. I know you did. That's what it's going to be. It's there's one phrase that I've grown to love, and the one phrase that has woke me up more than anything else is we see the world the way we are. And if you got someone that's calling everybody liars and cheats, that's what they normally do. If you look around you and see people that are going on about people that are cheating the system, the chances are that's what they're doing. We don't like to be shown who we are. So we really deny people who we are. And that's exactly what he does. He genuinely believes all the Democrats are lying, corrupted, treating people. Look at Rudy Giuliani. For nearly 10 days, Hunter Biden's emails, Hillary Clinton's emails, we've had that for years. They were all leaked. There was nothing interesting in them. The most interesting we found out about Hillary's emails was she emailed Bon Jovi a couple of times. Hunter Biden's laptop. We've got Fox News. We've got some damning evidence for you. It's the most damning evidence. It's terrible. It's going to take down the whole Bidens. It's going to change this whole presidential race. Rudy Giuliani. And then Fox News, Tucker, Tucker Carlson Tucker, looked up and turned around and said, what was it he looked up and said? Oh, we've got these documents, but UPS has lost them. USP or UPS? USP in it. US Postal Service. USPS. Yeah, I have got that right. They've lost them. We posted them. The most important documents that are ever in the history of an election, and they post them. And then he comes on TV and says, we've lost them. And then he comes on TV a day later and says, it's okay, we haven't lost them, and we did take a copy, and it wasn't documents, it was just a USB stick. Why didn't they just email it? Why didn't they just load it into a computer where they were in this day and age? And why didn't they then still go on and tell us what was on them? I just had to have a moan, okay? I had to have a moan. You know, the whole side's shouting corruption and shouting all this election is fraud and all that. Well, the truth is, they're not in court saying fraud. They're in court saying don't count any ballots that arrived after the election. That's what they're saying. Don't count them. And there's no evidence. And that's why Trump keeps saying, look at Twitter and look at TV stations for evidence of corruption. No, two people loading bags of ballot papers into their van with badges. It's not corruption. That's what you do when you're officials. Burning. Eric Trump said yesterday. He tweeted a post burning 8 ballot papers or something, and it was taken down by Twitter. And it was pointed out that these ballot papers were not of it; they were demo ballot papers that they used in the polling stations to show people what to do. They have to be destroyed. Anyway, moan over. Right, who do we have here? We have Laurie here. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. He lost at his own game. We very often do. Very often do. Hi, Annette, Cheryl, Ketcher. What is amazing as well is how many people around the world are watching this process. And the most beautiful thing about this is more of us are looking at the American system for a brilliant democracy as what it is. We've watched democracy in action and how beautiful it is to see it work. Count every ballot. It's been safe. It's been secure. It's worked. It's shown it works. What a system. And more of us know about how the system works now than ever before. Even Americans have been looking up how do they count the voting. How many Americans ever checked on their voting paper before? None. How amazing is that? So hi, Carol. Hi, Shelley. Karen's here. Michelle, I can't even feel sorry for this man. I do wonder about his mental health. I do too. I do. And the Republicans are going to drop him like a stone now. They're really going to drop him like a stone. And I do feel for him a little bit. And I do feel for him because he has no idea. He's lived in this bubble of business and, his whole life has been, oh, it's gone wrong, is it? It's their fault. Sack them. Get rid of them. He has no idea of a whole lot of difficulty he's going to be going through. The little bit of laugh under my voice then is there is the little asshole in me that wants to see him suffer, but I don't really. But he has killed many Americans when he didn't need to for his own gain. So, it's difficult. It's a difficult one. If you're watching on Periscope or Twitter, say hi. I don't know you're there otherwise. It's Friday. We always have a little bit of a discussion Friday, a little bit longer. The meditation on Friday doesn't really happen sometimes. But we will sit for a little bit. So what do you guys think? Are you on the side of, to me, compassion, understanding, love, where Joe Biden is? Or are you on the side of division and corruption and fear? If you divide people, they fall. And that's what he's done for 4 years. And the markets are only happy because there's no real power. For the Democrats may have the White House, but they haven't got the Senate overall control. So therefore, they're not going to do anything radical. So there's some stability as well, which is a kind of good thing. They've got the House. They haven't got the Senate entirely, but they've got the White House as well. So, it's a reasonable balance because every political party, every president, prime minister in this country needs to have an effective opposition. Because if you don't have an effective opposition, you end up a dictatorship, really. You end up not being held accountable. So it's like I appreciate the people that point out my flaws. Not at the time, maybe not. Not there and then. But a few hours later, a few days later, a few years later, perhaps I do. They're already dropping him. And I was like, yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, Debs. I've stayed away from this for 2 days. Politics is in all of our lives. Politics is what's killed many people. Politics is what starts wars. And as much as, hello, Emma Ship, how are you? I'm not saying we all need to get involved in politics, but we should all keep at least partly open to politics sometimes. But we certainly should not marinate in politics. We shouldn't live and breathe it. I'm with you there. Biden would not lie to us for his own gain. I don't think he will. No, I don't think he will. Trump was out of touch with reality. Rallies amidst the corona. Yeah, I understand why he gave people hope. I do. Politics has a nasty way of promising everything and delivering very little. Because it isn't always possible to deliver the wonderful wish list in an election. So I understand why people get disenfranchised, fed up, don't want to know. So I get that. I'm very concerned we are headed for a civil war. I was concerned we were heading for a civil war if Trump was elected on a very thin margin. I think if Trump does the right thing, and that sentence doesn't seem right. If Trump does the right thing. If Trump does make the phone call and does cool off his dogs, the lawyers, which I think the lawyers at some point will, I think the lawyers at some point will say, we can't go no further. And now you see why he had to fill the courts, why it was so important. 177 appeal court judges. No one's ever put that money in place. 3, talk about packing the courts. That's exactly what he did. So, I don't think there'll be a civil war. I think there'll be some days of unrest, but I don't think it'll be any more than Black Lives Matter and things like that. And you do live in a country, same as we do here, people are allowed to protest. Unfortunately, violence does come with protest. And I cannot agree with that in one bit. His speech last night was scary and decisive. Yeah, and he didn't take questions. And the news networks dropped him like a stone last night, which was really interesting. Halfway through his speech, I think 5 of the 7 main news networks dropped his speech and they didn't show it. So, yes. And I am, politics affects us all. And I am a politician. I am on my local council. And it's amazing how much even local politics affects people. Um, some good news. Some more good news. I'm having a meeting with Aura, AURA, the meditation app later today. We're just one step away from me becoming a teacher on there. So I'll have a special link for you guys next week. And after that, I'm having a meeting with Insight Timer today as well. Because at some point in the next few weeks, I'm going live on Insight Timer. And I will let you all know. And you can enjoy that. All the major networks. I didn't know it was all, but I knew majority. I'm not sure whether you class Fox News as a major network. So yes, I'll be doing that later. So, and thank you, Deb, for reminding me that not all of us need to hear politics. There has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. We have what we call Trump trains. Yeah, I hope that will ease off. The problem is the same as the Brexit over here. There's an element of we won, you lost on the right side, and on the left. I'll even that up, and that needs to fade. No one's won, no one's lost. The only thing that's won in things like this is, you know, hopefully we can get together a little more. Hopefully less division. Hopefully we can understand that people have been disenfranchised. People in the coal industry and the oil industry and the fracking industry fear their jobs. We have to understand that. People that are in the green energy fear the climate and the environment. We have to understand that too. And I think that's where it comes down to. We have to be very aware that whenever there's an election, and a big election like this that affects the whole world, not to put too much pressure on you guys, but you really need to get back on the world stage. The world stage needs you guys. The world stage, I feel, needs the superpower that is the US. It's been the voice of reason on many a world stage. And I think you'll be welcomed back at this stage quite quickly. Rejoining the Paris Agreement, things like that. So, Arabada says, Steve, you know I am from Costa Rica in the beach of the marine turtles. Maybe too far from your reality. It may be a long way from my reality, but you know. But I think Trump is lucky to be compassionate about himself at this moment. Christian skill to measure with the same rule. Learning in this life is important. I absolutely agree. I hope he does find compassion, and especially compassion for himself. Also, remember he has just lost his brother. Yeah, has just had COVID, because I believe he has. And this is going to be the first time in his life that he's perceived to be on the losing side. And he's going to find that really difficult, probably more difficult than any of us. So, yes. Inner peace needed through it all. Absolutely. I get we live with it and how it affects our lives. But let's just breathe and have 15 minutes of you wishing people. Let's do that. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. It's a gift when we see our tragedy as a superpower. Right, let's do the meditation. Why is that not playing? Right, hopefully you can hear me over it perfectly fine. And let me know if you cannot hear me. And we will make a start. So if we make ourselves comfortable, and it's probably going to be a little harder to slow down and slow that flywheel of the mind today, but we'll do it anyway. So as you keep your back up straight, tuck your chin a little, you can place the tip of your tongue on the top of your mouth, just behind your front teeth, and gently close your eyes. And this time we're going to do 3 deep breaths to really slow the body down. And after 3, take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, deep breath in. And hold it, hold, and let it out slowly, slowly, slowly. And then breathe easy. And now after 3, we'll do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, take a deep breath in, hold it, hold it, and then breathe out slowly, allowing the body to relax. And as we do this, we're becoming more aware of the body, more aware of the breath, aware of any pockets of tension. Recognize any tension in your face. Allow your cheeks to become heavy and the backs of your eyes to become heavy. Just allow them to relax. And we'll do one more deep breath. On this deep breath, we'll breathe in calm, and then we'll pause, and then we'll breathe out relax, and relax all the body as we go. So 1, 2, 3, take a deep breath in, and hold, hold, and let it out slowly, controlled, relaxing the body like as if a wave is coming down over from your head to your toes. Any pockets of tension anywhere, just allowing it to just soften and fade away. And notice as we sit here, the whole body inside and the mind goes from this flywheel of thinking, and with every thought comes an emotion and a feeling. And then with every feeling, another thought. And it's like a perpetual forward, like hamster wheel. We're just bringing our awareness to our breath. Slows the hamster wheel down. As we slow the body and slow the thinking. Then we eventually get off the hamster wheel and we can take a breather. There's nothing we need to do in this moment. We just sit and be. Just keep your awareness on your breath. There's breathing in and there's breathing out. And if you find it hard to keep your focus on that, imagine that you're breathing out first and then breathing in. And as you just allow your breathing to happen, imagine that it's the universe breathing for you. So instead of you pulling the air out of the universe and bringing it into your lungs, really the universe is just increasing the pressure a little and allowing the air to go into you. And then you're giving it back to the universe. So instead of you breathing, you're actually being breathed by the universe. With every breath, you're changing the whole universe. Every breath is slightly different. It may be deeper and longer. Even just the gap at the top and the bottom might be slightly different. Breathing in calm, breathing out relaxed. You're breathing in the tallness and the qualities of a mountain. And breathing out the stillness of a lake. Mountain and lake. And breathing in love and breathing out compassion. Love and compassion. So you're breathing in wisdom. You're breathing out understanding. Wisdom, understanding. As you're breathing in joy, you're breathing out pleasantness. Joy and pleasantness. Mountain and lake. Love and compassion. Wisdom and understanding. joy, pleasantness. And breathing in space and breathing out freedom. Space and freedom. Breathing in happiness, breathing out contentment. And just do a quick check-in with the body to see if there's any tension arose in the last couple of minutes, and just allow that to soften and fade as we just sit for a couple of minutes just for our breath. The universe is breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. This moment has everything it needs. This moment is complete and full. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be free from suffering. And with your hand on your heart, take a deep breath and may I be loved. If you gently open your eyes, shake out your arms. Hello. I'm going to have to find a way of turning that music down gently before coming back to me so I don't wake anybody up and frighten them. How was that? I like the feeling of the strength and the poise of a mountain, and the breathing out of the lake, the stillness. You know, there's so much we can learn from nature. I think if we spent every day just pretending we were a tree, growing our roots of wisdom and compassion and understanding and love, Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to get your name right. It's Arabadas? Arabidas? Hopefully I'm close. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Deb. This is somebody I'm replying to on Twitter, by the way, because everybody cannot see. I can see messages from all platforms. There's a natural phenomenon called... Oh, is it? I might look it up, actually. I'm going to look it up right now. And just so... everybody, and then I can say to everybody else. I did kind of guess that. Oh, it's going to tell me how to say it as well. Aribada. Okay. And it is called, this is an account on Twitter, by the way, for everybody on Facebook or YouTube. Okay. Now it makes sense. The synchronized large-scale nesting of some species of sea turtle. Now I see what you said. I'm with you. Thank you for widening my mind just slightly today. Thank you. Synchronicity. Absolutely. I just want to go back to something that Michelle said. No excuses for hate, Stevie. None, sorry. Absolutely. The only thing I will say, and I may not be right here, most people that speak in hate speech, it's very rarely hate, it's fear. I feel. Most people, when they say, you know, look at him now, he is a fearing, running, you know, that's what I see. But I just don't, yeah, I don't know. I may not be right though. Please take everything I say and toss it out the window, because find your own truths, not mine. I missed everything today. You can always go back and do the replay, Shelley. Sherry. Thank you. And thank you for your comments on my post. And thank you for your likes and shares, everybody. But you've done a wonderful little good morning one or something. I seen earlier on, Sherry. That was nice to see. A flashing one. I feel like a load has been lifted. Beautiful souls here in this place. Enjoy the weekend. Absolutely. And I feel lighter today with you guys being here. If you can hit the like or hit the follow on Facebook, that'd be awesome. Thank you for joining me on Periscope. I will be back Monday. I'm here every day during the week. And lots of stuff happening. You'll be seeing me around quite a bit. So yeah. Thank you guys. And you all know where you can get hold of me. There's always a little time in my calendar for any of you if you ever want to chat. Just head over to stephenwebb.com. And meanwhile, if you haven't, let me get this. There's my podcast. There's my website link. So come over, message me, keep in contact. You know me now. We're all friends here. Have an amazing weekend. Love you guys. And really, I love you because you spend some time with me and you allow me to be me. And that to me is one of the highest forms of life. If you love someone, allow them to be them. Take care, guys. Have an amazing weekend. Namaste.